Hey guys, in this Python tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Elif statements. So if you're ready, let's get started. So we have already covered what an if statement is. So an if statement is practically just comparing two values to each other, and we're saying if this value is equal to this value, or if not, or whatever, then do this. So a quick example is create two variables, call it myvar1. So here we have our two variables. Now we're just going to go quickly compare them. So we have my variable 1, and we're going to check is it equal to my variable 2. And if it is, then we're going to print the variables are the same. So this would print nothing because, well, the variables are not the same. So now we can say else, and now we can print that the variables aren't the same. But now we can take it one step further, and we might want to check if variable 1 is greater than variable 2. So to do that, we would make another if statement, and we would say my variable 1, is it greater than my variable 2? Well, yes, it might. Actually, no, in this case it is not. And so then we're going to say if a variable 1 is greater than variable 2, then var1 is greater than var2. Else, print var2 is greater than var1. So here we go. We have this use case. So if the variables are the same, we can check that and it will print that the variables are the same. If they aren't the same and variable 1 is greater than variable 2, then it's going to say variable 1 is greater than var2. Otherwise, it's going to print var2 is greater than variable 1. Now this is cool and all, it will run correctly, you can try it if you want, but it's getting kind of a bit messy because now we have another if and else statement inside our parent if and else statement. And this is called nested if and else statements. Now the problem with this is, as you continue to go on, we do not want to continue to make more and more of this because that will just get kind of hard to manage and it's just not pretty to look at all. But Python has a useful feature where we can easily, so let's move this, use the elif. Now the elif statement is practically almost the same as the if statement, but it's like else. So if this statement does not equal true, then we are going to go on to the next if statement or elif statement. So in this case, we're going to say, well, check if these two are the same. If they are not the same, then check to see if my variable 1 is greater than my variable 2. Now if that is true, then print my variable 1 is greater than variable 2. And now we can do else, print variable 2 is greater than variable 1. And this will work just exactly like the other one. But the best thing about this is, well, you can just easily tell it looks so much more neat, and we do not have nested if and else statements. At some point, yes, it might be useful to have a nested if and else statement inside this, but in this case, we can easily just use an elif statement, and it will look just as great, and it will work perfectly. So, if we run this, we get right here in the console, so let's bring that up, var2 is greater than var1. And that's because, well, var2 is 2, and var1 is 1, so 2 is greater than 1. If we change that, then we get the variables are the same because variable 1 equals variable 2, and if we change variable 2, then we get that. Variable 1 is greater than var2. So we can also have just done this, my variable 2, is it, or we could have done my variable 1, is it less than my variable 2? And this will still work perfectly. There won't be anything wrong with it, but that would be a waste of time and coding because we can easily just put else. So that's it for elif statements. They're very useful to know in Python, and they help with shortening your code and saving you lots of time. So if you like this video, please like it, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video.